Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and if you can't hear it from the tone of my voice, I'm excited because I get to hype up a deal from your favorite publisher, Ubisoft. No, in actuality, I think this deal is pretty insane given the price point that it's at. Again, everybody's got their opinion on Ubisoft, and everybody's got their opinion on live service games. I mean, it is what it is, but $2.99 for one of their more notable releases in recent memory. We'll talk about that, and we've got some other Steam game deals under the price of $2, so we'll get to that in a little bit. But right off the bat, Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is $2.99. Now, it's obvious why it's $2.99. They actually just dropped DLC for Division 2, and with how the DLC works, I think if you own the Ultimate Edition previous to it coming out, you don't get the DLC for free. I don't know, but it's $14.99 for the DLC. The Ultimate Edition is on sale for $35. The Gold Edition is on sale for $24. Again, the value there is a lot of it's from this new Battle for Brooklyn DLC that has just come out. I played Division 2 when it initially dropped, and when it came out on Steam as well. I decided to jump back into it, got it on Steam. It was like very, very cheap. And I pretty much have the opinion with Division 2 as I do with a lot of Ubisoft games. You know, some Ubisoft games are quite good and deserve my full attention. These days, though, when I look at a lot of the Ubisoft games, they devolve into them being a podcast game. So you listen to a podcast, you want to do some mindless content while listening to a podcast, watching YouTube videos, watching a television show even. Ubisoft games fit that criteria so well because, for example, like I played through all of Assassin's Creed Valhalla and so much of the side content while listening to podcasts the entire time. I would never listen to a podcast and play like Final Fantasy 16 or Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, you know, a narrative-driven game. I would never even play like an Assassin's Creed 4 while listening to a podcast, maybe doing some of the side content, but with Valhalla, I like checked out of the story as well while playing that game. The Division would, for me, go into that same vein of like, you know, there's some fun content to do, shooting, looting, all that kind of stuff. You can have some fun with it for sure. Is it worth $60? No. Should you spend all the money on the in-game content and whatnot? Absolutely not. But for $2.99, certainly you can have some fun with it, and I think for this price point, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. So, wanted to give that a mention, so definitely give that a look. Since we're on the topic of Ubisoft, now we're going to move on to the games under $2, and there are some decent shouts there. Ubisoft published Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time is on sale. We'll get to another Prince of Persia game in a second, but this is the OG Sands of Time. There is a remake in development. Rumors have it that it's going to come out next year. We'll see. It's been in development for quite a while, but hopefully that does come out. You know, Sands of Time is an absolutely beloved Prince of Persia game. People love this game, and it's obvious why they picked this to do the remake. Parkour platforming gameplay, and pretty well done from my recollection. It's been a long time since I played the original Sands of Time, but yeah, you'll probably have a pretty good time with that for $1.99. And then we also have Prince of Persia 2008. This is the Prince of Persia game that I really like. I know there are people that aren't crazy about it. I think it's got a great watercolor aesthetic. Yes, it's like super easy. Like, this game is one of the easiest games you'll ever play, but I think it's really well done in the sense of being a more relaxing parkour platformer as well. Of course, the combat's pretty simple, but it's well done for $1.99. I played it when it came out, and then I did another playthrough of it, like years and years ago. This must have been like 2016, 2017. I enjoyed it. Like, going back and playing it again, I did have a good time with it, and I love the game from an art style standpoint. The art direction, I think, is great. $1.99 for that, I do think is pretty decent. Okay, now we've got some more unknown titles. State of Mind is 90% off for $1.99. This is a game that I've mentioned a few times. I think this game has a really trippy look, and the backdrop of the game is pretty cool as well. Futuristic thriller game delving into transhumanism. The game explores themes of separation, disjuncture, and reunification in a world that is torn between a dystopian material reality and a utopian virtual future. Berlin 2048, the world is on the brink. Lack of resources, illnesses caused by polluted air, and water crime on the rise. War, governments, and companies promises remedies through technological progress. Drones and humanoid robots replace humans in the public sector. Everything is interconnected. Surveillance has become omnipresent. Didn't get like an incredible reception critically, but mostly positive on Steam, 77%. $1.99 seems to be the right price to pay for that. Next up, we have AER Memories of Old. Transform into a bird and fly to explore and experience a vibrant world of floating islands in the sky. Venture down into lost ancient ruins where each step leads you closer to the end of the world. The gods of old are forgotten, lost in the events that shattered the world, leaving only fragments of islands in the sky. This mystic world of endless skies, colorful islands, and ancient ruins is in danger of falling into darkness. Fly and explore by transforming into a bird at will. A large open world of hidden secrets and new discoveries, a pilgrimage of mysteries, puzzles, and temples. Strong focus on atmosphere and aesthetics with a vibrant, minimalistic art style as well. Very positive reception on this. 4,800 reviews. 87% positive, so you can check that out for $1.99. Next up, a bit of a throwback and certainly hasn't aged all too well. Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy Remastered. This is a game by Quantic Dream, and Quantic Dream, obviously, the more narrative-driven games that... The thing with Quantic Dream games is when they come out, they are very ahead of their time and really push the envelope forward. You saw that with Heavy Rain as well. Fahrenheit did that, however, it did that in the early 2000s, so a lot of those aspects that draw people into these games wane over time greatly. Fahrenheit has some really bad camera angles, and there's a lot of jankiness to the game. Can you have fun with it? Can you still have an engaging experience? Absolutely, and I think it's a worthwhile game. It's just, you know, get it cheap, and here, you get it for $1.99, which I think is perfect. 5,000 reviews, 81% positive, which that sounds about right, $1.99 on that. And then lastly, if you want a narrative-driven game, we've got Ken Follett's The Pillars of Earth. 90% off for $1.99. 12th century England. In a time of poverty and war, a small town begins the construction of a cathedral to claim wealth and safety for its people in their struggle to survive. Lives and destinies intertwined based on Ken Follett's world bestseller, The Pillars of the Earth. One of the most successful novels of all time, now adapted as a 3-part video game series. Change events from the novel and influence the fates of its characters. Follow an epic of war, conspiracies, and romance spanning over 30 years. 3 different playable characters: Jack the Outsider, Lania the Noblewoman, and Philip the Monk, brings the 12th century to life with over 200 hand-painted backgrounds, fully animated in a unique 2D style, optimized for use with controller and mouse. You got an orchestral soundtrack as well. Very much narrative-driven. You don't have action-oriented gameplay or anything like that, but if you want something on a narrative end, you'll find that here. Ken Follett's The Pillars of Earth, available for $1.99, and that's gonna do it for me. Mainly wanted to highlight The Division 2 as that for $2.99. Even if it's Ubisoft, even if it's, you know, not the best received game in the world, I do think for $2.99 it's kind of insane, and wild that game all these years later is still getting DLC. So check that out and some other deals under $2 for you to have a look at. Prince of Persia game, State of Mind, and some more titles on top of that. Links to everything as always in the description box below. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.